Hey guys, this is Ray the Messenger, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about how you can stop living with regrets and let go of your past mistakes. Now let's get right into the video. The first thing I'm going to talk about is how I dealt with my own personal regrets in my life. Back in the day I had a lot of regrets. I always thought to myself, man, you remember that one situation that you had with that one person, and I wish I would have said this, I wish I would have said that, I wish I would have known what I know right now. And the thing is, you cannot change that. This is the first thing you have to realize when you're living with regrets. This is a hard lesson that I had to learn my own hard way, which it is that I can't change the past. It doesn't matter how much you think about it. It doesn't matter if you think every single day, if you write it down left or right, if you think, oh, I wish I would have said this, or write down the sentences that you should have said to the one person. It doesn't matter. It's over. The past cannot be changed right now as it is. You live in the present right now. And the thing is, you cannot change it. It doesn't matter how much you think about it. It doesn't matter how hard you try. And this is the thing. You have to realize it doesn't matter. It doesn't help you thinking about it constantly in a negative way and trying to get yourself into a negative mood. Because when you're thinking about the past and the mistakes that you did, right, the things that you fucked up, the things that you didn't get the right way, then you will always get back into the negative mood. Because our brain always works in a certain pattern. If our brain has certain memories, have an emotion attached to them, most of these traumatic, especially traumatic experiences or experiences that have a strong negative emotion anchored to them, these experiences will trigger a certain reaction from you. This is the thing. Actors, especially actors, do this when they try to cry in a certain movie scene. They think about a traumatic thing that happened in the past, because with that memory there's a certain emotion connected to it. So when you think about the things that you fucked up in the past, there's a negative emotion to it. Maybe it's anger, maybe it's fear, maybe it's a certain regret or loathing of a situation, right? You need to let go of that. Don't think about it. When you're constantly getting these things back into your mind, you're only getting yourself back into the negative state. And when you're in the negative state and thinking about negative things, then more negativity will come towards your way, and you will have more things you can regret, because your mind starts poling itself or starts going towards the direction of more negativity, because that's the only thing you think about. What you think about will ultimately get more, you will get more of in your life. It's like what you give out into the universe, you will get back. I'm not kind of like an esoteric person that believes in this stupid stuff, but I think if you think about a lot of negative stuff, there are not going to be good things happening to you 100%. It doesn't benefit you. Always think about it. Do a calculation in your head. If I think about the past mistakes and I start regretting them and start loathing about the situations, does that benefit you in any sort of way? The only thing that you can maybe do is think about past mistakes and how you can improve them. That's the only situation where I'm like, okay, that's okay. But you don't have to think it 20,000 times. If you know I should have said this and that in that situation, okay, now I learned from the mistake and now I move on. This is the more important part. Most people, they think about the thing that you should have said in the past, but they don't move on. They constantly rehearse these things, and then they sit down with their other weird ass friends, and they sit down and they talk constantly about the things that happened in the past, positive or negative. The past is the past. Let go of it. Don't live in the past. If you live in the past, you will never get to the future. This is the big thing. Or you will never be in the present. It's like a thing that some people said, right? If you live in the future or you live in the past, you're not living in the now. This is the issue. You need to be in the certain situation, try to be as present as possible, and think about what you can improve in your life. And maybe even think about the future. How can you change your future? Because if you just live in the past, your past cannot be changed. As we live here right now, there are no physical ways how you can alter the reality and the past. Unless there's some weird time machine or there's some new invention in physics where somebody discovered some weird ass way how you can trick the time travel paradox and stuff like that. Until then, you will be stuck with the things that happened in your past. You cannot change them. Accept them. It's over. Think about how can you improve? What did you make? What mistakes did you did? And how can you go forward in life without making those mistakes again? Because the important thing is also to learn from them. You cannot just live through your mistakes and never learn from them and do them over and over and over again, because then you will become a fool. If you're just somebody who's constantly reminiscing about the past and the things that happened and then constantly get over and over in the same situations, this is a crazy thing that happens with a lot of people inside of their relationships, and even a lot of women. Women get into a relationship with a certain person, and then there's a situation happening. Maybe the guy dumps her, or maybe the guy cheats on her, and then she goes into another situation and exactly the same thing happens over and over again. It's like, and then the woman constantly complains, oh, why does this always happen to me? Don't get into the situation. Think about it. Start activating your brain. The signs are always there. If you listen to your brain will tell you, hey, there's something fishy about this person. Or your brain will be like, remember that one time? We're not going to do the same mistake again. Use your past as a kind of like a toolbox for the future and for the present. Don't sit and don't go like into the past and sit there crying about situations that happened. Or that one time I should have talked to that girl, but you didn't. The girl is gone. Maybe she's in Colombia, or maybe she's in Brazil. Maybe she's gone. Maybe she's in Sweden. Maybe she's dead. Who even knows? It's over. It's over. Maybe you can find that girl somewhere. But the reality is, if you lost that situation, you need to go into the future and try to make another situation happen. Because oftentimes, and most times in life, what I also found out for myself, there's always a second chance. There's always a second opportunity. If you mess it up with that one girl, you say, this is the hottest girl ever, right? This is the hottest girl you've ever seen, right? This is the thing that you have in your mind. Oh, I messed it up that one time. There will never be a kind of girl like this. This is stupid. It makes no sense. Just go to another city, to a bigger city, and you will see the truth. That there are multiple girls that are even hotter. Or maybe if you mess up that one call that you have with a person where you're like, I wanted to sell them something, it didn't work out. Then the next time you will have another prospect, and then maybe the sale will work. I don't know. Try to improve yourself and try to better yourself from the past. Don't use the past as a kind of excuse. This is also a big thing that people like to do. They like to dwell on their past and mistakes and try to use them as an excuse. Listen, if you're running around talking to people like, I can't do this because that one time this stuff happened, nobody cares. Listen, even if they say, right, yeah, I have 100% to agree with that one. You're such a mess, you're such a pity. I feel bad for you. In reality, the people know the truth because you know the truth. When you look into the mirror and you know, hey, I'm using this as an excuse, how often do you want to tell that one story that happened in the past where that one person talked negative about you or that one person bullied you in the past? Yeah, a lot of these things also happened to me. So what? Get over it. Simple. Try to improve yourself. It doesn't matter. The past is gone. Try to focus on the future. What am I going to do different? How can I get things in the right way? Don't sit there and be like, the mistakes of the past, I can never get back. That's bullshit. Always dust yourself up, get into another mindset, and even, you know what? If you have to write some things down and let them get off your chest, do it. If you have to cry, then cry. I don't care. If that helps you, that's what helped me. Sit down, write these things down, and let go of them. The only thing you can do is emotionally get over these things. Because when you emotionally get hung up on these things, they will come back over and over inside of your mind. Because your subconsciousness wants you to deal with these negative emotions and will bring up these stupid situations from the past always over and over again. The second that I, inside of my own life, went deep into these situations and thought to myself, why am I reacting so strongly in a negative emotional way to these certain things from the past? And when I figured out why do I think that way and I let go of these emotions, the memories never came back. They never came back. Of course, I have them still inside of the back of my mind, but they don't come randomly back up, or I just don't go back to them because there's no value in them. If there's no value to remembering one thing in a certain situation, then don't do it. Don't waste your time. It's a waste of time. Think about it. If you think about a certain thing, you're always losing the opportunity to think about another thing that will get you ahead in life. Maybe the one moment where you wasted your time thinking about some stupid stuff, you could have thought about, okay, how can I improve my health, right? How can I eat healthier? How can I improve my training? How can I get better? How can I get better relationships? What people can I let go in my life? What people do I want to add to my life? Have I met certain people that I want to have more interactions with? If you start asking these questions and start thinking about different things in your life to improve yourself in positive ways, then you will distance yourself from the negative stuff that happened in the past and you can overcome that stuff. But don't sit there and be somebody who's crying constantly about the past, because listen, nobody wants to listen to that. Nobody cares. That's the truth. Nobody wants to hear that stupid stuff. Everybody has some shit that they're going through. One person maybe has a lot more than the others. Yeah, fair enough. If you've been living in Africa in some kind of weird ass country in some kind of little small village and you had to cross the ocean to get to some western country, yeah, of course you went through a lot of shit. Yeah, 100%. But also these people, they don't just sit there and talk about constantly how bad my life is, and you're constantly complaining because somebody bullied you or somebody calls you certain names. Get over it. If you've grown out of it, there's no reason to hang on to it. Listen, if you look at the people that have bullied you in school, look at them. Where are they now? Ask yourself that question. The people that were bad to you back in the day, they're still in the same place, and even probably worse. Most of them probably are alcoholics and they're complete losers in life and dumbasses who have achieved nothing, or they're still in the same situation. Maybe that one teacher that was negative to you, guess what? He's still a teacher, still making 3k a month, living there and wasting his life with his potential being 40 years old, driving like some shitty car. Listen, you have to improve your life and get over this stuff, and don't think about these people and what their opinions are. And I hope you get over yourself. I hope you can all get over your regret finally after listening to this video. And if if you like this video, if you got something positive out of this video, subscribe to my channel, put a like on this video, put a comment on it, and I will see you in my next one. Tune in. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.